Hi guys, welcome back to Montana Off-Road. My name is Adam, and today we're doing 10 mods to update the look of your Jeep Wrangler TJ. Stay tuned. All right, quick disclaimer before we start this video is that all of these mods that I'm going to be showing you today are all personal preference, and that's what's so great about Jeeps is there's so many different modifications that you can do to them. This video is just going to be showcasing a few of them to hopefully give you some good ideas on what you can do with your Jeep. So take the ones that you like, discard the rest, and hope you guys enjoy. Okay, number one. Some nice fitted seat covers. Now the reason I chose this as the first mod is the Jeeps have been around for a while, especially the TJ model, and most seats by this point are getting pretty tattered and need something to cover them up, and having a nice fitted seat cover that looks like the original seat itself is a great option to update the look of your Jeep. Now what I'm using right here are the rough country neoprene seat covers, and I really like the way that they've lasted and the way that they look on the Jeep. If you want to pick up yourself some, I'll leave a link in the description where I found those, and you can grab yourself some as well. Now the nice thing about these seat covers is that they come in an array of colors, which leads me on to my next mod, which is choosing an accent color. Now a great way to add some personal style and uniqueness to your Jeep is by adding that accent color. Now I chose the chrome to accent the green, but you can choose a myriad of different colors. What I would recommend, because there is a way to overdo it, is just go on a Facebook page. There's lots of Facebook groups where people post their accent colors, and you'll be able to see what looks good and hopefully base your Jeep off of that. Okay guys, number three is going to be updating your lighting. Changing out the lighting on your Jeep is not only going to be a fashionable mod, but it's also going to be very functional as well. If you own a TJ, you know that the halogen headlights that come with the TJ are just crap. And that's one of the very first mods that most people make, is replacing those headlights. Now I went with these axial LED headlights, and I'm very happy with how those turned out and as far as how they look on the Jeep. But also recently, I did the side marker and parking light in this clear color rather than the orange that came with it. And I just really feel like that helped update the front end look of the Jeep. Now adding new headlights and side marker lights are definitely not the only lighting options that you can do to update the Jeep, but just be careful as far as adding too much, because adding a light bar and a bunch of pod lights all around it could end up negatively affecting the look, while really not adding a whole lot of extra function to the Jeep after a certain point. Now this next one is going to be a free mod, and that's going to be removing your roll bar covers off your Jeep. Most of them at this point are tattered or faded, and instead of replacing them, I would recommend just taking them off, because they're going to be color matched to your Jeep and really give a nice look to the Jeep as well. Well, while we're on the topic of free mods, I'm going to do one more for number 5 here, and that's going to be removing your side step off your Jeep Wrangler. So what removing that side step is going to do for you is make your Jeep look taller without having to add any more lift to it. It just cleans up the side of it as well. I didn't really like the way that it looked before when it had the side step on it. So without it serving the extra purpose with me as far as having to use it to get up in the Jeep, I took it off, and I was really happy that I did. So number 6 is adding some armor to your Jeep. Now, most people add armor to the Jeep to prevent any future damage as well as cover up any past damage, and that's kind of what I did with mine as well. I've got this tub rail armor from Rugged Ridge here that I just did a video on recently with an install. If you guys want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description. But this is just covering up all the scratches on the tub that have accumulated from taking the top on and off, as well as just moving gear in and out of the Jeep. The other piece of armor that I have is also some entry guard armor right as you're coming into the Jeep, and that's just to help prevent any future damage as well. All right, for number 7, we're heading into the interior. Now this one kind of goes hand in hand with choosing an accent color. Number 2, what I did, painted the interior dash of my Jeep, and I color matched that to my exterior. Now, if you want to know how to do that, I did do a video on that recently, so I'll leave a link in the description for you to be able to check that out. But it's a project that I was really happy with. It turned out great, and it really just updated the style of the inside and add some flair and some uniqueness to my Jeep. So number 8 is probably going to be the most expensive on the list, and that is going to be your wheels, tires, and your lift. Now, this is going to be personal preference, like I said at the very beginning of the video, but choosing your lift, tire size, and your wheels is going to play a very important factor in how your Jeep is going to look. So the best advice I can really give you as far as how to choose what lift, tire size, and wheels that you want is to once again go on those Facebook groups, find some Jeeps that you like the look of, and then just ask them what tire size, wheels, and lift kit that they are running. I'll go through really quick and tell you what I'm running on my Jeep as well. Okay, so the tire and lift combo that I'm currently running is a 33 by 12.5 by 16 with a 3-inch lift kit. I am currently running the Nitto Ridge Grappler tires, which I just recently put on the Jeep, as well as a 16-inch Ion alloy rim. So number 9 is going to be restoring any faded plastics. Now you'd think this would be kind of a no-brainer, but I see so many Jeeps around that just have such faded plastic on their rig, and it just makes it look old, dated, and doesn't look very nice. So what I use to alleviate that is some Meguiar's Back to Black plastic restorer, and I pair that with some Armor All interior protectant as well, and this just stops my interior from fading over time. Now there's 2 options. You can either do this, or you can actually pull all the plastic pieces off and repaint them, and that's a little bit more of a long-term fix, but as long as you keep up with this, you should be able to keep your Jeep looking nice. All right, and last but not least, number 10, and the reason I saved this one till the end is because it's something I haven't actually done to my Jeep yet, but it's going to be doing here very soon in the future. Now, if you're like me and your carpet in your Jeep is stained or ripped or whatever else, I'm going to order a product called Bedrug. Now what Bedrug is actually specifically designed carpet to fit in all the nooks and crannies, just like the OEM carpet in the Jeep. It's really going to update the look of the inside of my interior, but it's also waterproof, and I'm super excited for it. So that is my 10th mod. The other option that you have for the interior is also just pulling out all that carpet. So if that's what you prefer to do, is pull out that carpet and then maybe do like a Raptor line or a Rhino line inside, that's another great option as well. Okay guys, that was 10 mods to update the look of your Jeep. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've made it this far, leave a comment down below and let me know what your favorite mod that you've done to your Jeep is. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, as I'm bringing out content here all the time. And if you liked the video, please give me a like down below, and I will see you guys in the next one.